Sims now on the return. A dangerous return man showing it here. A good starting field position. They'll get this one all the way up to about the third. The former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins ready to run the controls for the Washington offense.
I like what his head coach told us about him this week. No matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
Thank you, assertive in our production meetings.
Especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some that's what I got.
One here for J.D. McKissick. Brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort goes to Stance. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be it. First down, here's Ronald Peterson. Pushing forward from 3 up to the 48. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. Brings up 2nd and 7. That's AP, Adrian Peterson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 7-yard line. He's tackled at the 7-yard line. So a big run for AP, and when you look at the total package, everyone knows the last player he's been in this league, but what really impresses you about Adrian Peterson?
I have to go back to the nickname his father gave him, which is AD, which stands for all day, because he never stopped. Nothing really mean, and that's how he plays the game. No plays over.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And Washington has taken the first quarter lead. The underdog here showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
On the road, no less, setting the tone. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Oh, God, he'll throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of their stride?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what is already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. There might not be a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
Right? Grease board, computer, exactly what you want. Them score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game. Grind and grind.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play. And that's how they got it done.
They get in for a touchdown. Let's see what happens here. And we'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up Peterson. And he'll get it up near the 45, up to 44 here. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now a run with Peterson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth so far. 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawks, nothing. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And some room to work. AP still got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, this season's getting stronger as the day goes along.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. It's McKissick. Legs still churning
Like a giant ping pong.
This will be stopped out 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pick in the lead. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
There's not much as perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives are impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try to get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
From the 10. And penalty markers down on the field. They might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. That holding call is up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. That's a great starting field position as well.
Here's Carson. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And now it's Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it out. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, think about it, Charles. This is the quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it not free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this quarter.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, if they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. He'll run it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Makes it out of the goal. Here's Wilson. Pass underneath for Carson. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And we hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside him on highlights and analysis from Orlando of his first half of action. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 14 in the Seahawks first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. And now a throw usage here by his running back out of the backfield. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To throw again is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
But this is a defense that best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 33 yards. And Washington is able to stretch the lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. The defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, and he still comes down with it.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin the next drive, the Seahawks offense. And in a spot like this, no more than a minute. I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And an incomplete pass. And stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And it goes out right around the 39. Getting 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Throwing down Wilson on first down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. He'll be out of bounds at near the 45 at the 44. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 yards there at the first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw again on second down, Wilson. That's in the hands of his tight end, Will Disley. Now the Seahawks hold the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense fighting its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Again, Wilson. And that incompletion breaks a streak of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. Incomplete. It's now second and 10. Throwing again, Wilson, eluding the pressure right. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave them now with a third down situation. So we've come to, you want the third quarter already? No problem, let's do it. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have to first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. There's the Seattle defense ready to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big and you're being shut out. Let's Franklin with the door set. 22 yards there, first down. First down at the 44-yard line. Now it's Carson. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Official on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Down is Wilson. On the left side, complete. That's Carson.
I can't put my feet on that one. I thought it was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a third down. He's got to lock it.
And here's the Seahawks first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard game here on 3rd and 2. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Brandon Collins on the cover. To throw again, Wilson. He's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play in this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Makes it 3rd and 4. Wilson will throw again. Wilson, it's loose. It's out, fumble. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well. And here they adjust to football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan we put in. I guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They virtually retained possession.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly out of there.
Yeah, isn't it funny when you prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, you see what else there isn't to find in the basket.
Out there, set ready for this next drive. Washington offense. Here's the Gibson. They'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 38-yard line. Through another tackle. And they're getting down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13 is a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it run.
He's making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. He's sitting quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. They'll run again with Peterson. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard. That's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
He's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there. Let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Another toe for the workhorse here this afternoon. Peterson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one. What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Coming to the line here to begin the next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last night. They did a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers into the end.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down off the edge. The sack by Matt Ioannidis.
We've been around this game for a while, and many coaches never call their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not willing to risk an injury. And the pressure gets to him again. Chase Young, he's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Third and long, it's Wilson. The ball knocked in the air, intercepted. Picked up by Landon Collins. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. See, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you say, hey, we'll get the guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot when they're picking off a pass.
Again, Peterson. That he's done just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 31. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue that you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is to both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It will come out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or maybe just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way to run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. It's just going to be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They're going to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion is not surprising the way that this one is gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Steps away to his left. He can run for it, he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson's throw blocked by Metcalf. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and first down for Seattle. Throwing is Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. If it carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to soak this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodon jab up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run it here on the jet sweep.
On the Seahawks, 27.
Give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Down by Bobby Wagner. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and a run. Here's Peterson.
He'll have a first down inside the 10, and all the way down to the 5. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run with Peterson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, runs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Dustin Hopkins. If you
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running and playing here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Apke. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can follow this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you still think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.